Next up, we talk about when all this AI stuff began, in general and in the music industry. Spoiler alert, it was a lot longer ago than you think. Let's roll with part 2 of the CLEID series entitled Protecting the Art and Business of Human Songwriting from an AI Apocalypse. Hey everyone, I'm Charles Dominick, the CEO of Clyde, the Council of Legal Education Innovators and Developers. Welcome back to part 2 of our 6-part series on protecting the art and business of human songwriting from an AI apocalypse. In part 1, I gave you an overview of the series and discussed the current state of the music industry with AI creeping into songwriting. In this video, I will discuss how the current state came about in 2 subsections, the rise of AI in general and the emergence of AI music creation platforms. Let's get started with the rise of AI in general, a sort of brief AI history lesson. AI in the music industry cannot be evaluated in a vacuum. The proliferation of AI throughout society must be understood in order to fully predict AI's growth and staying power in the music industry. Though AI feels like a relatively new concept to many, it appears to be a technology nearly a century in the making. For the earliest iterations of AI, multiple sources point to a British logician and computer pioneer, Alan Matheson Turing, who in 1935 described a machine that could read symbols from computer memory and write further symbols. A decade later, he predicted that computers would someday rival humans in the ability to play chess. The origin of the term artificial intelligence itself is widely attributed to a 1956 summer study project organized by Dartmouth professor John McCarthy, who drafted a proposal for the project using the term. The goal of the project was to discover, quote, how to make machines use language, form abstractions and concepts to solve the kinds of problems now reserved for humans and improve themselves, end quote. This was quite a breakthrough concept that seemed to have the potential to make an instant change in our world. Still, AI progress remained largely in the labs and out of the mainstream until 1997, when IBM's Deep Blue became the first computer to win a chess match against a reigning human world chess champion. This watershed moment was highly publicized, giving the mainstream its first glimpse into the possibilities of AI. Yet the fear that Deep Blue's victory would immediately and decisively displace human mastery in all walks of life failed to come to fruition. After Deep Blue's victory, AI retreated to the fringes of cultural awareness as the millennium turned and progressed through its first decade. However, even as the scientific community continued to lead the progress on the AI capabilities front, it was the artistic community that pushed AI back into mainstream consciousness. In 2013, the movie Her recaptured international fascination with the possibilities of AI. The movie grossed over $48 million and has been called, quote, the most influential movie of the modern AI era, end quote. Her is the tale of a self-improving operating system named Samantha, which speaks to the movie's main character Theodore. They chat deeply and eventually fall in love. That love affair eventually ends due to the technology's near-infinite capabilities contrasted with human limitations. Unlike Deep Blue's victory, which associated AI with logical capabilities, Her inspired the contemplation as to whether AI could replace the emotional capabilities of humans in real life, not just in fiction. The past 10 or so years have ushered in an era where many capabilities once thought reserved for sci-fi movies, including human-to-machine romance, have now become not only possible, but widely popular through AI. One example is Apple's 2010 implementation of its voice assistant Siri into its smartphones. For an example in terms of human-to-machine romance, a large number of chatbots now exist to fulfill the purpose of simulating a dating experience, including sexting. These dating chatbots include Replica, which launched in 2017, Character AI, which launched in 2022, and Kindroid, which was launched in 2023. The simulation experience involves surprisingly emotional interactions, with one author writing that, quote, What was once a domain exclusively reserved for living beings, empathy, intimacy, and affection, is now being approximated by lines of code." End quote. The human-to-machine romance depicted in the movie Her has become a component of our current society. And while human-to-machine romance perhaps carries a bit of a stigma, another application of AI has become widely accepted. AI assistants. The most popular AI assistants today include ChatGPT, Clyde, Google Gemini, Microsoft Copilot, and Grok. AI assistant provider Gemelius says that these tools have quickly, quote, "moved from experimental tools to everyday work companions, now embedded in how teams write, code, research, and collaborate," end quote. However, AI assistants are not just for work. AI assistants are used for tasks ranging from meal planning recipes to personal finance to writing emails. Some may see AI assistants as a sort of search engine on steroids. Instead of doing multiple searches and taking care to use the most targeted keywords, a user can ask a question in plain English and receive a thorough conversation-style reply. No fiddling with keywords, no bouncing between 10 pages. That conversational flow is what people are falling in love with, and it's changing how we look for answers, wrote Johnson Fuyama, writer for Medium. The foregoing mainstream examples of the use of AI showcase its incredible logical capabilities and surprising emotional capabilities, but alongside those applications, creative applications have also emerged. AI platforms can generate realistic or imaginative images, professional-looking videos, natural-sounding voices for audio applications, creative scripts, software coding, and music. These creative pieces, heretofore created only by humans, can be used for hobby purposes or professional purposes such as content marketing, search engine optimization, journalism, and entertainment, to name just a few. In 2026, it feels like AI is creeping into all areas of modern life and production of virtually any type of content, and music is no exception. Much like all other applications of AI, AI-generated music has a long, slow, and underground sort of history. Many publications have traced AI-generated music technology back to the 1950s, yet the casual observer rarely, if ever, heard about AI-generated music despite its slow, continual, stealthy growth. Some consider that the modern era of AI-generated music began during a 4-month period between December 2023 and April 2024, when current AI music frontrunners Suno and Udio were launched, respectively. Suno, quote, allows users to establish parameters such as mood, tempo, and genre, and then generate songs to match the user's criteria, end quote. It can also suggest chord progressions, arrangements, and more. Udio has similar capabilities, but also offers, quote, detailed remixing and song extensions, giving users the ability to refine their own music by iterating through different generations until they discover something that aligns with their tastes, end quote. The realism of the output from these platforms is often stunning. One of the most surprising aspects of these platforms is their ability to create musical output that convincingly replicates human emotion. Like the fiction in Her and the reality of today's dating chatbots, AI emotional expression and human emotional expression are now indistinguishable in music also. An uninformed listener may have a difficult time realizing that the music produced by such a platform was generated with AI. This is a big reason why the statistics mentioned in part 1 of this series are showing such a rapid adoption by existing songwriters, as well as attracting non-musicians who want to start writing songs. Unfortunately, AI-generated music capabilities are not all rainbows and roses. In part 3 of this series, we will start discussing the challenges, threats, and problems associated with AI-written songs. So, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the Clyde channel so that you don't miss out on our exploration of protecting the art and business of human songwriting from an AI apocalypse. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.